Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, this is Megneous and welcome to our first episode of Democracy 3. Democracy 3 is a game about democracy and politics and people and demographics and all sorts of wonderful Excel spreadsheet goodness. It is indeed a politics simulator. This game was made by Positech Games. If that name sounds familiar, it's because you've probably seen some of Cliff Harris's other games. Positech Games is essentially a one-man development studio. Cliff has also made Gratuitous Space Battles, a very popular game on Steam, as well as Gratuitous Tank Battles, as well as Kudos, the Kudos series, which is not as popular as his other games, but hey, what can you do? If you would like to buy those other games, or this game, you can go to his website that's below in the video description, as well as find the Steam page and the website for Democracy 3. Apparently there was also Democracy 1 and 2, but I never heard of those games until this showed up in Steam, so here we are now. Alright, so Democracy 3, we are going to start a new game. There are some modding abilities that are being added to Steam Workshop, by the way. So you can play as several different countries. First of all. Let's go through them. There's the United Kingdom, which by the way, apparently has no term limits. I didn't know this about the United Kingdom, but apparently the Prime Minister can be elected any number of terms. There's France, Germany, the United States, where in this game, just like in real life, the president can only have 2 terms. So essentially, once you're elected, you have 2 terms and then your job is over. It's game over. So we're not going to be playing the United States, unfortunately, although I would love to take on the United States. Canada, and who else is here? Australia, yes, of course. So, first off, just saying, I love this game, it's awesome, I've played it a bit, but I would like to see some countries that are not all mostly white people. Not saying there's anything bad about white-ish countries, but, you know, it would be nice to have Japan or Korea or, you know, some South American countries in there as well. But yeah, so essentially each one of these countries has their own starting sets of rules and policies in place, various demographics, lots of differences in gameplay. We're going to be playing the UK because it's a nice little socialist utopia, but I would like to say before we start getting into the actual gameplay of this is a politics simulator. It deals with adult themes such as prostitution, alcohol consumption, tobacco, recreational drugs, gambling, and many other adult themes. If you are watching this video with your young child or someone who's very immature, please leave the computer at this moment. If you're a mature person or an adult, then sure, go ahead and continue watching and play. So you can change some of these settings here. The UK generally isn't known for hurricanes or earthquakes, so those aren't checked, but we can add earthquakes if we want to. We're not going to do that. Apparently the monarchy is in place. They don't have compulsory voting like Australia does, for example. It's a little bit lower political apathy than is normal, I would assume. About average and everything else. We're going to go with normal difficulty. And no term limit. I guess we could just play the US and change it to this and we could just be an American presidential dictator, but nah. We're gonna go ahead and play gerrymandering constituencies, inventing the internet, preparing sound bites. This is exactly like real politics, ladies and gentlemen. So we start off, this is the UK. Our country is sort of crap at the moment. Education is in the gutter. We have high unemployment, GDP is terrible, we're probably in a global recession, but that's okay, we're gonna fix all of those things, no problem. So this is, at first, a very confusing screen, I'm aware, but don't worry, I can explain. So basically, each one of these zones is a different kind of zone for stuff, like icons concerning taxes are here, icons concerning public services are here. This is law and order, we have trains and transport, planes, foreign policy, welfare, and economy. These red icons here are problems. Apparently we have a major issue with alcohol abuse at the moment in our country. Wonderful. You know how we can stop people from abusing alcohol? We can up the taxes. Oh yes. Upping taxes on vices is a really great thing because not only do you provide people the freedom of taking part in those vices like drinking alcohol and doing recreational drugs, but you also get lots of money from it. It also lowers the consumption of alcohol, for example, which will then give you better health, which will save everyone on money and give you higher GDP. So in general, allowing vices like prostitution, gambling, alcohol, and recreational drugs in this game is good because it gets you money, it gives people freedom, and you can also cut down on organized crime and stuff like that. So that's my advice to you. Okay. So hopefully that will take care of the alcohol problem. We have some other problems such as organized crime. How do we get rid of organized crime? We can increase our intelligence services. We're not going to do that because there are a few other things we can do that I prefer to do first. But yeah, so that's basically how you play this game. You click on these policies and then you move these sliders around to spend more money, spend less money. You have to worry about the economy. This is bus lanes, for example. I don't really care too much about bus lanes. This is how much money we're spending. This is how much money we're bringing in via taxes. So we're currently at a surplus of about $20 billion, which it will lower our debt. The lower our debt is, the more money we have in excess, the better our economy is. It'll help our GDP, etc., etc. This number right here, this is plus 17 points. These 17 points are our political capital. Political capital is essentially used to force your way through policies to get policies done. Like, for example, I don't know, narcotics. Let's see, narcotics. Currently, narcotics are completely outlawed in this country, which is, you know, okay for the UK, I guess, but this makes conservatives happy, it makes liberals upset. No effect on crime or organized crime or anything like that, but we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that very soon, my friends. Apparently there's no legal drug consumption because it's illegal at the moment. Who would have thought? You can choose new policies here. So let's go look at law and order. We can't get any new policies like legalizing prostitution. Not yet. But we will. So we're gonna go next so we can get some more political capital. We get political capital, by the way, by using our what are they called? Essentially, our helper people. Debt protection law. What is this? So occasionally these sorts of issues come up that you have to decide on. There's not really a right or wrong answer. You just have to go with your gut. This is a debt protection law. This is a law to help protect consumers who are being preyed on by debt collection agencies. And personally, I feel that consumers need to be protected. We need to protect the weakest and poorest in our society. So I'm going to go with this. I am not as capitalist as other people may be, which is why I chose the UK, because the UK is more socialist than the United States in this game, as in real life. So we still have some issues. We can take care of some things. Let's say we have 43 political capital. We get capital through these guys, our ministers, foreign policy, welfare, economy, tax. These people basically represent people from various demographics, and by making those people happy, they think better of you and they give you more political capital so you can change more policies in a single turn. You can fire them, but that sort of makes some people angry. So basically, you have to worry about these guys, you have to worry about your constituents, all of these people. For example, at the moment, middle-income people hate me. They hate me a lot. They're probably not going to vote for me. Capitalists also hate me. So, yeah, apparently everything is making them angry at the moment. But, so, if too many groups hate you, then you end up not being able to get re-elected. However, you can basically win the game by making the economy amazing by doing socially liberal and socially, economically liberal things, because that gives you a good economy. So, especially here in the UK where people are already up for that in the first place. So, let's go to policies. We want to do law and order. We want to legalize prostitution. Now, I know that seems a little bit strange for those of you who may live in the US, but actually legalized prostitution is a thing in a lot of first world countries, such as Australia, for example, where they have brothels. Although, to be fair, theirs is probably here at medium. Ours is going to be on high. We're gonna max this out. This is going to make organized crime go down a lot, because when prostitution is illegal, just like when alcohol was illegal during the Prohibition era in the US, organized crime made a lot of money off of alcohol. So if we legalize prostitution, it will lower the organized crime, it will make religious people hate my guts, makes parents very angry at me, but that's okay because later I'll help them out with some policies to help them raise children. It makes liberals like me, the GDP goes up by almost 5%, and conservatives, I mean, who cares about conservatives? Nah. Apply the changes. Wonderful. See, what else is there? Can we change? No, we cannot change creationism versus evolution. Is this gonna go down? I don't think so. Community policing. Let's increase our community policing. This will decrease the crime and the alcohol abuse. Community policing is good as a policy because instead of having people who are, say, not the minority of the community, let's say you have a community of mostly African Americans in the US, and you have a police force that is almost entirely Caucasian, that causes lots of racial tension, which is right here in this game. But if you have community policing, which is people taken from the community and trained in how to be sort of police officers, that can lower the racial tension because there's a better cultural understanding there. So we're gonna put this here. And that takes almost nothing to raise, so... And it's only 3 billion, it's really, really cheap, so no problem whatsoever. What is this? Prisons? Prisons, I'm not worried about prisons. We do need to... Yeah, extensive rehabilitation. Makes the liberals happy, lowers crime, makes the conservatives a little bit more angry, but this increases our state employees, lowers unemployment. Yeah, it's great. Prisons are good as long as they're well funded for rehabilitation, ladies and gentlemen. Rehabilitation. So we only have 11 political capital at the moment, so we're gonna go to the next round. What is going on? Whaling! Urgent situation. Resume whaling. Keep a ban in place. We do not want whaling. Street gangs. Oh no, we have a problem that has arisen. Apparently when I started, like, legalizing drugs and other things, street gangs started. Some crime is going on, so we need to find a way to close that down. We can invest in community policing, which we've already done. We can invest in our police force. So that should lower crime and violent crime. Street gangs should also go down. There we go. Let's go ahead and look at this. So we are still in a surplus. It's still good. No problems whatsoever. The tobacco tax. We definitely need to increase this because this will give us a lot of money. It makes people very upset. It makes basically everyone upset, in fact. And it increases our poverty just, I mean, it's like 7% poverty, but we're gonna do lots of welfare stuff later to help those people out, no problems. Equality goes down. I don't know why taxing tobacco makes equality go down, but whatever. And most importantly, it lowers tobacco usage, which increases our health. So, allow all the taxes, but... allow all of the vices, but tax them. That's the way to win. That's the way to win. We do not have a lot of political capital at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and go to the next round. GDP is still in the gutter. But that's okay. Maybe if we bring in gambling... Where's gambling? Here's gambling, yeah, and people love gambling. Look at this, 72% of people love gambling. This will get me reelected, no problem. See, this increases organized crime if you put this really, really high. But I'm not really worried about organized crime because if I have enough stuff in place, they can't really do anything anyway. What I want is this GDP. I want the GDP to go up. Wait, unemployment? Why does that increase unemployment? I don't... Yeah, I want a good GDP. We need to fight for our GDP because our GDP is not so great. That's about all we can do this turn. This is the one problem I have with the game, other than the lack of people, countries that aren't basically in Europe or from European colonization. Basically, you can only change one policy per turn, because political capital is, nah. Freedom of information. We want to protect the Freedom Act. We want to propose this so that companies cannot keep all of our information and then sell it to the government and stuff. Because this actually comes from recent events, the NSA. You guys know what the NSA is, the United States National Security Agency or whatever it is, spying on people, making people upset. This game does indeed take from recent political events, so we're going to propose the Freedom Act. Alright, 31 political capital. Can we Yes, we can. Very good. Okay, so this is the creationism versus evolution debate. You guys know that I have no problem whatsoever with people who believe in creationism. I have no problem with religious people at all. However, in schools, I don't know if this is true or not, but in the UK in this game, you teach both creationism and evolution in schools. You can go back, you can change it to where it only teaches creationism, but what that does is that, first of all, religious membership goes crazy, religious people are very happy, liberals are upset, liberalism goes down, technology backwater. This basically means that your country doesn't believe in science, doesn't believe in technology, and basically becomes a third world country. If you put this up to evolution only, technology backwater goes down. So it's very important to change this early on in the game so that you can get your technology and science going. It's really, really, really important. We still have a surplus. Wonderful. Alright. We cannot make narcotics legal. Not yet. Not yet. What is this? Street gangs. Street gangs are going down. They're going down. No problem. CCTV cameras. We can't increase that just yet. GM food proposal. We will allow GM crops because although some companies like Monsanto have like issues with the way that they do things, they do questionable business practices, there's nothing technically wrong with GM crops. Anyone who tells you that like the DNA gets into your DNA or anything like that, that's crazy. There's been no proof of that whatsoever. So we're going to allow GM crops. We're basing this game entirely on how I would run the world because I don't know, I'm awesome, why not? Look, our health is going up already, isn't it wonderful? Okay, so what we want to do this time... Yes, perfect. We can make narcotics legal. We don't want to make this legalize all drugs because although we could, and I think all drugs should be legalized, legal drug consumption going too high can lead to drug addiction, which... I don't want to deal with that, so we're just gonna... Yeah, and it increases crime too, so we're just gonna go with legalize LSD, which I think cannabis and LSD are fine. I think heroin and cocaine are probably a little bit dangerous, so let's go ahead and just go like, you know, two-thirds of the way in. Okay, so now we have legal drug consumption going on, but we need to tax it. So how do we tax it? Legal drug consumption, narcotics. Where are our taxes? I want to find our taxes. Let's see, tax. Oh, junk food tax? Recreational drugs tax. Here it is, right here. We do not have enough to buy it just yet, but hopefully next turn. Oil pipeline has been taxed. Oh no. So we're going to be losing some oil supply. Some people are going to become conservative. They're all angry and stuff. Oh, sigh. That's not good. We haven't set up our energy efficiency stuff yet. But we will definitely go for the energy efficiency stuff soon. Microgeneration grants, these things, for example. We need to become energy efficient, ladies and gentlemen. Recreational drug tax. But we need lots of money first, so... There we go, recreational drug tax. What are we at? We are still at surplus, we're still taking care of our debt. No problem. How long until this? See, these things take quite a while to fall, so you can't just change your policies like really quickly and go too overboard. You have to wait and see what happens. Okay, what can improve? Yeah, we need to lower our poverty. Our poverty is quite bad. Let's see, our state schools? Oh, yeah. We need to fund that. We need to fund the heck out of that. Not quite yet. Because we don't have enough political capital. Ugh. Okay, so next round. Poverty is going up. We need our state schools. see, where is poverty? There it is. Poverty is right here. Okay, state schools. We need to increase the funding for state schools. Yeah. Okay, so this is probably going to be bad, but okay, so we still have 24. Let's see, tax. We want to implement the junk food tax. It's not very popular with people, but I don't care. Because it'll increase our health, it will increase our poverty just a little bit, but it will give us some money to spend on something else. So junk food tax. What else can we get? We can... luxury goods tax. Hybrid cars initiative. Health tax credits. Don't want to do that. I want to put money into our health, our public health system. Maybe we should do some hybrid cars. Yeah, this is like 585 million. That's almost nothing. So increases the environment. Environmentalists are very happy. Car usage goes up a little bit. Motorists, environmentalists, oil demand goes down a lot so that we can be independent of all the oil stuff that's going on. Definitely want to go for that. Alright, so I would love to play some more of this game. I'm looking forward to doing some more of it in the future. It's a little bit of a different kind of game, but it's very, very enjoyable. I suggest that you buy it if you haven't already. Check out the link below in the video description to go to Steam. I'm sure that Cliff Harris, Positech Games, would very much appreciate your consumerness. So thank you very much for watching this video. My name is Megneous, and I will see you next time.